The boy is trying to lie on the ground, trying to clear mines with his mouth. Gently rotate the release pin with the help of the broken arm. His sister on the side held her breath. She is afraid that it will explode in surprise. Fortunately, the boy succeeded. Clearing mines is their only source of life, so even if her brother had his arm blown off, the boy can only use his mouth to make a living. Cousins Hengov and Agrin. The scene takes place in Iraq. There are tens of thousands of orphans digging mines like Hengov. Those kids don't have protective gear. Many children are under 10 years old. Gangov had his hands and feet blown off. A mine can be sold for 22 cents. But the kids don't know, arms dealer sells landmines to Americans. They can earn 100 times that amount. Responsible for dealing with arms dealers, it was a boy named Satellite. Even though he's just a teenager, he's very good at leading. Even adults listen to his opinion, because he understands American culture. And only he understands English in the village. The village has been busy setting up antennas recently, because everyone really wants to see the news. They want to know, when will the war end? If the received signal is all English news, adults who don't understand should keep Cetalite to translate for them. Cetalite finally came out and rushed to the minefield. But Cetalite saw an unexpected guest arrive. It's a boy without hands. He's taking other kids to dig Italian mines. This makes Cetalite very angry. He always takes the kids to dig US mines, because it's safer, but Italian mines can sell for more money. Other children can't stand the temptation. Follow the boy with broken arm. Cetalite can't stand it when others threaten his position. He shouted at the boy, but the boy didn't answer. Quietly picked up the basket and left with the boy's sister and brother. But Cetalite fell in love with the boy's sister in that moment. Then Gangov knew it, because Gangov hates people thinking about his sister. He angrily walks over to Cetalite, smash him down. Gangov's family all died in the war. Now only the younger sister Agrin and the younger brother Pasho, who were born blind. Gangov vowed to protect them with his life. So the next morning, when the boy was awakened by the sound of heavy rain, Gangov found his brother next door missing, and this time, brother is standing in front of the border. He can't see anything. The boy can only touch the barbed wire fence of Turkey. The dog on the other side and barked at the boy. The boy can only cry. It happened just as Cetalite and his best friend were passing by. They picked up Gangov's younger brother. To comfort the boy, Cetalite's best friend even jokingly lifted his broken leg, and pretended to shoot forward. Unexpectedly, they got a counterattack from real guns. They took the boy back to the camp. The boy gently picked up his younger brother with his broken arm. Hold it carefully, but Agrin looks disappointed. At night, she told her brother, should throw the boy away now. How to explain to people, silent brother. For this child, not their brother. It's her child. At night, Agrin quietly came to the river. She poured gasoline on herself and rolled up her clothes, preparing to commit suicide again. But at this moment, there was a sound from behind. Mom, where are you? Turn around and see the child standing on top of the hill. The girl is touched, but when she tries to go back to the camp, but discovered that the child was lying next to his brother. In fact, what just happened was just an illusion. A girl named Agrin, 13 years old this year. 2 years ago, a group of brutal soldiers burst into Agrin's house. First, they killed Agrin's parents, then throw her on the ground. In the firelight, the soldiers raped her. All of this made her feel like she was being dragged down an endless abyss. And this blind child is the product of the god of sin. A child is a memory of pain. She almost gave up on everything, until a boy entered Agrin's life. He is the Satellite who is the king of children in this area. He will follow wherever Agrin goes. Even the luxury bicycles that the villagers lend can be used when they get married. To help her carry water, 2 people come to a small river. Cetalite said to Agrin, "There's a very beautiful red fish. 3 boys had come here to fish before, but they drowned." Agrin can hear him. Satellite thinks she likes fish there. He immediately took off his clothes and jumped into the water. Satellite wants to get one for Agrin, but when he emerges, Agrin turned around and left. Agrin really likes Satellite, but the past is humiliating. Obsessed makes her not dare to face her new life. Agrin also has an older brother who lost his arm. Like other orphans in Iraq, they make a living by digging mines, sometimes under the guidance of Satellite, do some odd jobs. One day, 2 trucks appeared in the village full of bullet casings. The children gathered, start moving the bombshells. The truth is that Cetalite wanted to increase everyone's income, so he found a business to help the villagers. But when he directs the kids, the best friend rushed over and said to Satellite, the boy with no hands prophesied, "These trucks will be very dangerous." Only then did Satellite think, not long ago there was an old man in the village. He said that he'd go into war in Iraq, just to find a boy with a broken arm. Because this boy can predict the future. Could it be this boy with a broken arm? Is that Agrin's brother? Although Ceolite is a bit suspicious, but still jumping into the ruins, shout for the children to evacuate. The next few seconds an explosion happened. Since then, Ceolite admired Pasho, sometimes, asked him to ride a bike, but today the boy suddenly had a premonition. He saw the leader's statue being pulled down, US planes fly towards Iraq. Their land is engulfed in war. Ceolite hurried back to the village and shouted at the villagers, residents in this area and refugees from nearby. Everyone must climb the mountain. The battle will start in a few hours. Iraq and the United States are about to go to war. In a split second, the hillside is full of dark crowds. They raised their hands and prayed that they wouldn't get hurt. Not long after that in the sky, US military helicopter flew over. But what they dropped was not a bomb but a leaflet. Those leaflets said that America came to Iraq to help them to create a new life. People are happy, but at this point Satellite's best friend reports bad news. Agrin's brother went into the minefield. Pasho stands alone in the minefield. If the boy takes the wrong step, he will explode. What's more terrible is, the boy is blind and can't see anything. More and more children nearby shouting. Hear them scream. The baby became more scared and started to cry. But no one dared to save him, except for the king of Satellite children. Ceolite doesn't care. He pushes his bike into the minefield by himself. Keep ringing the bell to get the boy's attention. The boy heard the bell and laughed happily. Ceolite approaches cautiously. 1 step, 2 steps. The boy right in front of Satellite, but at this moment, the baby suddenly walked over to him. An explosion resounded. Ceolite lost a leg, but saved the baby, he thinks. From here it is possible to get close to his relationship with Agrin. But he couldn't think of it. The one who left the child there was Agrin. After being raped by a group of soldiers, 13-year-old Agrin gave birth to this baby, bringing painful memories. She wanted to lose her baby more than once, but all were stopped by Hengdorf. Brother may have a harbinger of their future. He always comforted Agrin that the child's eyes will be healed. The 3 of them will leave here together, but Agrin feels that this life is enough. Early in the morning she carried her baby through the dense fog. Near the edge of the minefield, she put the baby down, tie him up with a rope, then turn around and leave. Baby can't see anything, but he heard Agrin's footsteps getting further and further away. Although very sad, but Agrin can't look back. Wipe the tears from the corner of her eyes. She is just a child. How can she be a mother? But Agrin didn't expect Ceolite to be able to save the baby. When Agrin comes home at night, she was desperate to see the baby again. She carried her child on the road again. Hengdorf had a nightmare that night, dreaming of a baby tied with stones and thrown into the river. What about Agrin? She reached the edge of the cliff and jumped off it. At this time Hengdorf has been awakened, crying while walking, then jumped into the river. He saw the baby's body at the bottom of the river, with heavy stones tied to the baby's feet. Hengdorf desperately emerges. His face is so wet we can't tell the difference between tears and river water. He ran to the cliff looking towards the valley. Shout out loud his sister's name. He wipes his tears with his broken arm. Hengdorf picked up his sister's shoes and left. Ceolite never saw the boy who lost his arms again. Satellite put on a cane and went to the side of the road. He saw the US Army that he dreamed of. He is passionate about learning English in American movies. Step on the land around him. There is no joy in his heart. The boy who lost his hands left a prophecy before he left. He said that the war is not over yet. This movie is called The Turtle Can Fly. Children in the movie. All the children in the movie are actually orphans. They are not professional actors, but with a childish face it was the most painful performance. War is always war. Whether it continues or ends, as long as it used to exist, the pain it brings will never go away.